Hey, this is Matt, and you're listening to the Over Manga Cast, and we are back by popular demand. We've heard your pleas. We are reading more Kaguya-sama Love is War by Aka Akasaka, chapters 21 through 39, and I'll just let you hop straight into the episode. Enjoy.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Over Manga Cast. My name is Sam, and as always here at the top of the show we talk about what our familiarity with the franchise we read this week is. Much to my personal chagrin, I have not consumed any more Kaguya-sama since the last time we did an episode on this, which was quite a while ago, so I'm kinda disappointed in myself. I should really do better about that. Anyway, Jay, I hear you consumed too much.
Anyway, so immediately after our first reading, I had committed to the pod and said that I was interested and probably would read more, and that I kind of did end up reading past our original reading, and so much so that I ended up also watching the anime because I enjoyed the anime. And yeah, so I'm caught up.
Excellent. Matt, how about you?
I forget if I said this last time, but I have one more episode of the anime to finish, which is weird. It's really weird that I got to the very last episode and I've just not gotten around to finishing it. I've really enjoyed it, so I don't know why it's taking so long.
All right, and Jacob.
I think I've watched the equivalent of like 2 or 3 episodes in the version of just like like the episodes are a compilation of skits. So, there's a bunch of those on like the official YouTube channel, and I just, consumed some of those of what we had read previously.
Yeah, and I gotta say, oh, sorry.
Well, that I was gonna say that's all the new stuff aside from our current reading that I had consumed.
And I gotta say, Kaguya-sama, really, we should have got back to sooner because we have had multiple people request we do another episode of this. So
Yeah, and especially after the previous couple of weeks of just trash. God, it was so nice to get back to something this good.
I'd forgotten manga could be good and something I enjoy.
And that's how you know you've been doing a podcast for just the right amount of time.
It took only a single page for me to be giggling in delight in this particular reading. But yes, we open up our latest campaign on the battlefield of war with it's raining. So, what if we had to share an umbrella?
Ooh.
Oh my.
Couple goals, I think.
Something like that.
Preferably if you are of similar heights.
They're not.
The Shirogane and Kaguya are basically the same height.
There's not a huge gap between them, but like Shirogane is
Slightly taller.
relatively average sized boy that age, and Kaguya's a bit short.
I'd not be surprised if Shirogane was the exact average height for Japan.
Down to the millimeter.
Yes.
He arranges it that way. If he had shoes that were like the soles were intentionally worn down to make him the proper height.
If they just had a whole chapter where Kaguya puts on high heels to be his height, to look down on him.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Oh, specifically to look down on him, yes. Because both of them would care about that a lot.
Meanwhile, he's been taking like posture classes every night after his job.
But yes, these two absolute morons are determined to have the romantic interlude of sharing an umbrella. Unfortunately, this has led to both of them not having an umbrella. Shirogane is lying about this, notably, but
they're both lying about it. They're insert shots of both of their bags where their umbrellas are.
Yes, and of course Kaguya had gone to absolutely ridiculous extremes by sabotaging her own vehicle so that she would have to walk home in the rain.
That's one of those ones where it's like This immediately reminds you of the degree to which
These two are completely insane.
these two are idiots. Yeah. Like they have a level of intelligence that they apply to the absolute dumbest shit. Like
This I forget if it's this volume or the next one where we get the end of chapter bonus page where it's maybe it's time we stop calling this a battle between two geniuses.
I think that's next volume, yeah.
But yeah, that's really indicative of our reading. It's they do some stupid nonsense.
My absolute favorite character, the queen herself, Chika, shows up to ruin everything by in her supreme Genki girl nonsense, bounces into panel and is just like, "Oh, Kaguya, did you forget your umbrella? Here, have this one. Bye."
Literally, she has like a seventh sense. She like wakes up and says, "How can I fuck this up?"
Chika the grenade.
She really is just like a frag grenade lobbed into any particular scene, and I love her so much.
The smile with which she causes chaos is so charming. I love her.
Yeah.
I want to give her head pats.
Well, she legitimately wants like the best for everyone, so it's not even malicious, honestly. Maybe.
Most of the time, there are cases where Chika acts selfishly, but you know what? She's a person too. She deserves to express her desires.
I am convinced that Chika is as aware of this ongoing battle as Hayasaka is, and doesn't even want it to pan out one way or another for either combatant. Just really wants to make it as embarrassing as possible for everybody because she finds it funny.
Enjoying the chaos. Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing. We know Chika is not stupid. She has expressed intelligence multiple times. She is willingly choosing to be an airhead. Like, she's not stupid. She's an airhead by choice. How aware she lets herself be of the situation, she very well might be. I mean, she might be an author insert, honestly. She might literally be the hand of the author for all we know. If she had nth dimensional powers, I would not be shocked.
Me neither. My favorite part of this opening chapter was the fact that thanks to Chika's interference, they did end up sharing an umbrella. And then as soon as they started walking home, the rain stopped and it was bright sunlight, but neither of them wanted to stop sharing the umbrella.
They keep getting a bunch of looks.
They look so cute. It's completely stopped raining and they're both just huddled under the umbrella, not acknowledging the rain stopped.
It's so cute. So many times in this reading, I had to like stop and be like, oh my god, these poor innocent children. I just want to give them head pats and let them know it'll be okay.
I love the fact that the manga does not tell you how that little escapade ends, because I don't know how you could possibly have them decide to get out from the umbrella without having a human conversation. Like
there was another chapter that happened in the background of them somehow managing to contrive to alternatively trip and or conspire to have the umbrella be like knocked out of the other's hand so that neither of them would be at fault. Anyway, shoujo manga, am I right?
Quality. Top quality.
I'd forgotten how suggestive some of these chapter titles could be, because this one is just Chika Fujiwara wants to be eaten. I'm like, oh no.
They're all suggestive.
Yeah.
So many of them are just basically Kaguya wants it.
Uh-huh. But yes, we learn in this chapter that Chika is only slightly less sheltered than Kaguya is, because they read a very benign shoujo manga in the grand scheme of things, and both of them are like, this is so racy.
I mean, kind of, but also they are reading a pretty racy one.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's relative to their age, because they are second year in high school.
Yes.
Yeah, this is like pushing the envelope a little bit for them. But both of them are acting like this is like triple X rated. Chika got a full-on nosebleed in one panel.
It's interesting that they're both this sheltered, though, in a co-ed school environment. You know, that's one thing that I just was interested. Because like you said, it was pretty vanilla, and I'm just like, but you do interact with guys? So
Yeah, it's pretty vanilla for these two 17-year-old girls to be gushing over this.
yeah, I'm not even saying that ironically. It just is like, what?
And there's just the two of them. The two of them experiencing something moderately racy for the first time, and Kaguya losing her mind.
Kaguya wants nothing to do with it. She's like, ew, gross, too lewd. But holding hands? Maybe. Ooh, ooh, listening to the same pair of headphones? Ooh.
Our mucus will touch.
Ew, he's gonna put something inside my body? I mean, technically, but stop.
Yeah, why do you have to put it like that? This is mucosal contact. It's an indirect
Ooh.
kiss. He's putting a headphone in your ear.
Yeah, he's just listening to like something on a headset in the library. Kaguya's just like, yeah.
Oh, can I
ooh.
listen?
And I'm
she's
like, oh, cool. They're just being normal for once.
yeah, and
Nope.
then she proceeds to make it worse and just say, "Oh my god, he's technically inserting something into my body that his body has touched. Oh no!"
To be fair, Shirogane, completely normal in this chapter.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Shirogane. No fault at all on my man's part.
He is significantly more normal than Kaguya. It's a testament to how weird they both are that statement is true, yet they both act the way they do.
Mm-hmm. I just like the one panel of Kaguya's distressed face, and it's like it's beginning to dawn on her exactly how many common phrases can be linked to sex.
I mean, yes, if you want to make it weird.
If you want to be 13 years old about it, like I do it as a meme.
If you want to be a hormonal teenager.
Yes, that's the point. And then it turns out he was listening to something exceedingly boring.
Well, he's trying to learn French because he got embarrassed at the party that he couldn't speak French and everyone else could.
Yep.
For doing his homework.
Speaking of Shirogane embarrassing himself.
We get the chapter that introduces my favorite running joke from this.
I love this running joke. It
so
keeps going.
good.
And that's not even a spoiler because at the end of the chapter, we see the little bonus page is, that was terrible. Good thing I'm never going to have to do that again. She will have to do it again in the future.
It's basically the does he know meme, but for Chika.
But yeah, Shirogane is bad at volleyball, and he cannot be seen being bad at anything because he is the class president. And the only thing he has being a commoner is that he is the class president.
No, Matt, I think you're underselling exactly how bad he is at volleyball.
The degree to which he is bad is supernatural.
That he goes to like practice a serve and somehow slaps himself in the back of the head.
Yes.
Hard enough to draw blood and hit the ball with the front of his face. I don't know how physically that's possible.
Like, you have to deliberately move your arm on the elbow, like...
Well,
no.
his whole problem is he's not actually paying attention, and he's too in his own head while he's doing it. That his mind is working completely separately from his body.
I hate identifying with Shirogane in so many ways.
All of his muscles are just like, I need to hit the round thing, like my own skull. Bah!
Oh, but anyway, Chika's in the gym and decides to help this poor little baby bird because he asks her for help, and she's like, okay, yeah, I guess I can help you serve.
I like how Chika will just randomly appear places, and then there's an entire chapter basically explaining why Chika will just randomly appear places.
She has ears everywhere. Eyes and ears.
Why is Chika there at night?
Because reasons. Because Chika.
I think the reason she gave was she forgot something. She always forgets something.
Yeah.
You know, she never does explain. She just uses the I forgot something excuse, and people take it for granted. I kind of wonder about that.
Yeah, and Shirogane's like, no, someone saw me failing, and then Chika's just playing around with the volleyball going, balls are fun!
Indeed.
I love Chika so much. She's great. But yeah, she agrees to help Shirogane with learning how to play the most basic form of volleyball. And, Chika is very peppy and happy throughout the entire thing. She's got flowers all about her. She's so excited.
Here, let me demonstrate. Does like a Genki girl serve?
All right, now show me how you do it. Whiffs, bops himself on the head, slaps himself in the face. 3 separate actions. Like he needed to raise his hand back up to hit himself in the cheek.
He gets demoted Karate Kid style to no longer being allowed to practice volleyball. He first needs to practice jumping on a trampoline.
He's so the part that kills me is how did he end up on his back?
On the floor in the position he's in with the ball bouncing away at that angle. None of that makes sense. And Chico points it out with a dead look in her eyes as she realizes the depths of the task she has just set out for herself.
I love that there's a montage of like 3 days worth of training, and like it's brutal from hell. Chica's covered in cuts and everything, and just goes, Shirogane is like, okay, I can now serve passably. I'm not going to win any awards, but I won't embarrass myself. Now I just need to know how to return and how to just set it up. Like,
Chika has a headband that says slave driver.
See, Shirogane is completely confused though, because we've all read Haikyuu, and we
Yes.
know the secret is there's no passing, only spike. You only
Only
need to learn
spike.
how to spike.
Yes. Yes, this is an instance where it might be better. You must actually break him down to his most base materials and then rebuild him back up. There is no salvaging this.
Just go full blue lock.
Then I love how they see the first day of gym class. And for some reason, Kaguya and Chika are just in the crowd. Chika makes sense, but why is Kaguya there? Like, actually, I know why
Kaguya is
Kaguya's
always
there.
there.
No one goes to actual class here, is really the...
Class is just a suggestion. They're already rich and have
They're
money
rich
anyway.
kids, yeah, exactly.
You know what? You're not wrong. But
They make a point of actually pulling that out. They're just like, they're all rich and already probably set up since childhood. So
Classes are a suggestion. But I love the last page of this.
Oh, it's just her crying because she's a proud mama.
I raised that boy. I love Mama Chica.
yes,
So
you
that's
did.
where that meme came from.
Yeah, this meme. It's also where the Chica gets visibly more disturbed meme comes from.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, I just noticed. She has bandages on the head.
On the headband, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, on her little ribbon.
Exactly.
Chica, you can't get wounded there.
Man.
Actually, given what happens in another chapter.
Oh, anyway, next chapter is just some good old-fashioned Hayasaka being a troll. I love my girl.
Hayasaka is so good.
Hayasaka's just hanging out with her popular girlfriends, and they're gonna go get like a boba tea after school, and she's like, sorry, I gotta work. I'll catch it later. And they're like, you always have to work, girl. And she's just like, I know, but I'll be there. My boss is a slave driver. Cuts back to Mistress Kaguya. Hey, boss, I'm just gonna tell you this. Looking a little frumpy.
Have you ever considered, like, I don't know, painting your nails or something? Why would I do that? The boys, I notice.
I don't know what kind of boy would care about getting your nails done. Meanwhile, Hayasaka's, boys do not care about you getting your nails done. But yeah, she manages to
convince Kaguya to try just like very basic nail polish
and a rhinestone.
Mm-hmm.
And a rhinestone. Yes,
the rhinestone is actually pretty racy. I'm like, ooh, why are you putting rhinestones in your ring finger? Are you expecting something?
She's expecting something.
She boinged out.
I love how she makes it to school and then is too embarrassed to show anybody because she's like, I only want Shirogane to compliment me.
Yes. To which he's like literally playing like 8th dimensional chess in his head. Like whether I should compliment, but maybe she might think that I'm a stalker and creepy. Maybe I should.
I love this back and forth because obviously not to this extent, but like I have lived that situation of, is it okay to compliment in this scenario?
Do I
And-
point out that I noticed? Is it weird that I noticed?
Is it creepy that I noticed? Because I notice everything, but
I mean, he's not Ishigami's kind of like level of creepy, but
oh, Ishigami did not deserve the hate he got in this chapter because he's literally just like, he sniffed something in the air. I was like, oh, Chica, did you switch your conditioner? I like the smell in the air. And she's just like, ew, that's gross. Why do you remember what conditioner is? Aren't you some kind of creep? Are you saying I stink? No.
I said the opposite. I said there was a nice, pleasant smell. Oh, did you change your conditioner?
You literally walked past me and I noticed a different smell.
I'm just like, if you're wearing a new perfume, do you not want people to notice that? Like, I'm so confused.
Oh, teenagers.
Gotta keep
Yeah,
those
seriously.
boys on their toes.
And then
Yeah.
It's a
his
delicate
standard
dance
reaction,
that must be done.
and then his standard reaction of, I guess I'll go die. Please don't die.
Please don't die.
And then he leaves.
Oh, Ishigami is the MVP.
He really is. Oh, we forgot to mention Ishigami's introduction of why he constantly believes that he is on the precipice of death.
Oh man, I'd completely forgotten that you guys hadn't met Ishigami when we were talking about.
Not yet. Not really met him because he's like a passing background character in the previous
reading. Yeah.
section.
See, but now that we've been formally introduced, he looks identical to Lucifer from Devil's a Part-Timer, doesn't he?
He really does.
do, though.
Like, I get it. That's just a stereotype, so it's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he wants to resign because he thinks someone's trying to kill him, and that person is Kaguya.
He has he can look into a person's eyes and see 5 to 6% of their true nature, and therefore he knows Kaguya is a serial killer and wants to murder him.
I love Shiragane's response of that's not a large percentage at all. I could do that.
That's called looking at a person's face.
And of course, to make it even better, Kaguya happens to walk in looking like a murderer. As she is wearing a smock splattered with blood and carrying a knife. Like, is Ishigami here? But it's all for the drama club, of course. Nothing
Yes.
untoward is
I
happening here.
wasn't trying to solicit a type of reaction from you. Why are you being so weird?
See, it's a plastic knife.
Except
Sure.
the chapter ends with her going like, by the way, if you ever try and resign again, this prop won't be a prop. And then
I wonder
him.
why he feels he wants to kill him.
Well, because she literally threatens to kill him because if he resigns, that will cause Shirogane stress to find a replacement treasurer. Like, literally.
Yeah. Oh, and part of the reason Ishigami believes that she's a killer is he was vaguely in the blast radius of one of her insane plans to make Shirogane confess. So he was like, you heard nothing. Do you understand? You heard nothing.
Well, everything he's talking about, he was in the blast radius for a bunch of plans we've seen. Like, he was just a background character for them, and it's real funny.
Exactly. I'm just sitting here like, yandere, man.
Yeah, she goes yandere occasionally, but this is pretty bad.
This is the most she does in our reading.
But regardless, we take that little detour back to the nail polish episode where Ishigami just gets brutalized by the two women, and Shirogane is too ashamed of do I compliment girls without them thinking I'm a sex pest? Before seeing Ishigami just torn apart and going I want to go home.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, and then Kaguya feels like she's unattractive because Shirogane doesn't notice.
Part of Shirogane's hesitance is also his little sister was bad mouthing him when he mentioned something about her outfit, and he's like, wow, you really paid attention to that, weirdo?
It's not like I dressed for you, creep.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shut up then.
Just making a comment.
I'm just saying, not all women are disordered like that. Some of us had positive male role models. that were
Hold-
able to
hold-
help us to regulate that.
Wait,
Specifically, these characters are weirdos.
Jay,
What?
are you somehow suggesting that maybe, just maybe, the female leads in a shonen rom-com are not the best examples of what a real woman behaves like?
Yes, soccer, I
Oh,
know.
wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
So if you come out with the same impression as our boy Ishigami, I'm sorry that you have failed the reading comprehension test.
Oh, we'll get to Incelgami.
Incelgami. Either way, Shirogane attempts a drive-by compliment, but he
Chickens out because my man has no backbone.
he stammers on pretty and then starts pedaling away. And Kaguya is just like, no, come on.
What about my nails?
Finish the sentence, please.
Oh, I'm Kaguya, poor Bean. She's so distressed at so many points, and I'm like, it's okay.
I would pity both of them significantly more if it wasn't entirely self-inflicted.
I know it is, but just like they look so pathetic.
I was about to say maybe don't pity Kaguya as much, because
I know she doesn't deserve it, but she looks so pathetic.
I mean there is the chapter that I don't see on our list, so it probably got skimmed over, where she just drugs Shirogane.
Right, I did forget to put that one in the outline.
I mean, it is she more reverse drugs him, but it's the same thing with
She specifically does not drug him.
They swap out his caffeine, his caffeinated coffee for decaf, when it's said he needs caffeine every 3 hours to stay awake because this man does not sleep.
I hate identifying with Shirogane as much as I do.
Oh no, wait, that's the Chica ribbon hunt.
Oh, you're right. That does that is a side story.
That is a side part of that particular chapter.
Hayasaka is the best part of that chapter when we get to it.
But yes, hand holding.
We get the romance advice arc.
This is going to be a mature chapter. We're talking about hand holding.
No, it's that loser kid who always asks Shirogane for advice. I think this is the second or third time he shows up.
Can we really call him a loser kid when his relationship with his girlfriend is the only healthy relationship between two characters in the entire manga?
You're right. The current stage it is at is very healthy.
Yeah, Kishiwagi's boyfriend. He doesn't have a name.
He doesn't have a name.
I was gonna say I didn't remember what his name was.
He doesn't have one. He's her boyfriend. Also, to be fair, he was being bullied by her, and then had to do the slap anime technique to accidentally scare her into a relationship. And now they're too embarrassed to hold each other's hands.
And they've been dating for what, 2 months? A month?
A while.
I want to say I thought they said 3 months, but that sounds insane for a high school series.
I don't know. They've been dating enough to make it weird that they haven't held hands yet.
See, my favorite part is this is another one of those love advice chapters like we had last time where he's like, Shirogane, surely you can give me some advice on this. And it just turns into Shirogane going, you're right. In order to have the perfect setting, in order to hold her hand, you need to take her out on a romantic yacht ride. I don't have any money. Then we should get summer jobs.
So weird. I'm like, he was hard set on, I need to find someone to have a job with me.
Yeah, I was about to say, guys, it's very clear what's happening. Shirogane is not giving advice. He desperately wants another person his age at the job site with him.
He wants a work buddy.
Yeah.
Every other page is Shirogane with a thumbs up, like, we need to get jobs.
He literally just keeps saying things like, that's going to cost a lot of money. You know how you get money? Summer job. Come on. They're hiring at my work. I get 100%. There's a referral bonus too, probably.
I just feel awful for this guy because he needs a work buddy because everyone at his school is rich, so no one else works over the summer. Just him.
Unfortunately, right as he is about to land his mark on getting that sweet referral bonus, Love Detective Chika shows up with her Watson, Kaguya.
Literally dragging Kaguya through the door, who, of course, has been listening into all of this.
I love Kaguya just having to go, I'm wearing the stupid costume, but I'm not her sidekick.
You're looking an awful lot like her sidekick. Now, see, my favorite part is it's like he doesn't know how to induce a situation to hold her hand. And she gets like, I see. Wait, why wouldn't you just take her hand then?
Because I got them sweaty palms. That's dumb. Don't worry about that.
Just go for it. Go for it, guy.
Just grab her hand.
But not in a creepy way. Like, don't death grip it.
But I got sweaty palms. Just grab her hand.
Oh, well, that's good advice. I guess I don't need a summer job now. No, you still need a summer job.
Well, what about our jobs?
Aw.
I love the bonus chapter at the end of like
The-
Shirogane is not having a work buddy, and then it just goes, Kaguya's like, I wish he'd ask me.
his work buddy. Now, see, my favorite part is the bonus page at the end where it's Kishiwagi and her boyfriend holding hands, and then the poor pigtail girl who wanted to date him.
Yes, I love her so much.
She's so good. She is, as always, anytime anything happens with these two background characters, she, as tertiary background character, is peeking around a corner and crying. The poor baby.
Oh, I forget. Wasn't she?
I missed her. I didn't see that. Oh my god.
I love her so much.
I don't know how you missed, Jake, because our good friend Akasaka Sensei included a handy zoom in. Anyway, next chapter.
After something so mature as hand holding.
Mm-hmm. Surely we have to talk about how Kaguya wants to control it.
And what she wants to control is her involuntary laughing at the word wiener.
Wiener.
Wiener. Because Chika can't stop talking about her dog's dick.
Yep. Yeah, but Chika went to such lengths to be like, I'm not into bestiality. I'm not feeding my dog. And then so many opportunities. She talks about her dog's dick.
She did explicitly start that combo off with, I'm not actually sleeping with my dog. I need you to know this, Kaguya.
You need to understand that is not what is happening.
Okay, gotcha.
So anyway, Pesu's wiener trick.
Do you want to rephrase that?
No, it is what it is, but not that.
It's literally just like he's going to do the like shake trick, but that makes him stand up. So like
Red Rocket.
Yeah, I don't know how much we want to actually talk about this chapter because it's literally just wiener jokes.
Now, see, my favorite, the only thing I want to mention is that Chika very rapidly catches on to Kaguya desperately trying to hold in her childish laughter, and so commits wholeheartedly to saying it as often as possible to cause as much chaos. Including the best panel, Chika, wide head empty no thoughts grin. By the look on her face, she has no intention of stopping, and I just screen capped that with the caption, menace to society.
My favorite part was when the boys come into the student council room. She's just like, oh no, I'm a fine, delicate lady. I would never dream of saying such a vulgar thing around boys. But hey, Shirogane, what's another word for a dachshund? Oh well.
Well, it's and then it's 3 pages of Kaguya stymieing her on this.
Yeah, cutting her off.
I wanted Shirogane's wiener. I'm sorry, what?
And then Shirogane leaves because these female perverts want his chastity.
And then poor Ishigami left on the other side of the door.
Very confused and concerned.
As Kaguya is yelling, don't as Kaguya is yelling at Chika, "Stop teasing me with your wiener."
I just gotta say, if no one's watched it yet, the dub for the anime for this skit in particular is hilarious.
I have no doubt. But the bonus page just being Ishigami asking Chika, "Do you really have one?" And she's so confused.
That's where they hide the real jokes in the bonus pages.
Yes.
Anyway, more about Ishigami being an incel.
He's done nothing wrong ever.
Well,
So why do you want to cut the budget of the sports clubs again? Because all those bastard jocks have girlfriends.
It's
not a
deeper
good
than that.
That's not a good reason.
It's 100% not personal, but it is personal.
It's because all those bastard jocks have girlfriends and they don't take them on dates because they're too busy practicing.
See, that's why he's not all bad. He's like, I literally, it's a double whammy. I both get to slash budgets and I get to encourage them to spend time with their girlfriends that they have and that they mistreat, and I would never do that.
well, it's like him saying like, "What do you mean? You're saying she's important to you, but you've just said soccer is the most important thing to you.
Yeah, so hypocrisy.
You're never hanging out with her to go to practice all the time." I'd cherish them if I had a girlfriend.
There you go.
That's why we should cut the sports teams' budgets based off of the number of couples.
Yep. I see nothing wrong with this.
I will say the one thing this chapter does actually lay out for a plot that happens not in what we read, but further down the line, is it solidifies the fact that the academy they're in is kind of run by the clubs. Because the hierarchy goes, the club presidents actually have more power than the student council, only because they're more well-connected to families.
I just liked how the hierarchy pyramid had the manga and anime club below the non-participants.
Yes, being part of the anime and manga club is worse than not doing anything at all.
Fair. I feel that's accurate.
Yep.
Yep. That's
Having just come from an anime convention, yes, it would have been better if we didn't go at all.
God, it would have saved me like $60 of worth of gas.
As hosting a manga podcast, it'd be better if we didn't do this at all.
My hermit powers strike again. And then the chapter ends with Ishigami
making fun of Kaguya for being in the archery club because she's got small tits, so she's better at archery.
Yeah, they really kind of just decide we need a joke in this thing. So it's Ishigami just going like, "Oh, yep, Kaguya's got no boobs, but Fujiwara has big boobs. I'm going to make big hand motions." And like, "Oh, she's right behind me, isn't she?"
I love Chika in this.
Look, I'll give Chika her credit. She hits him once upside the head and just goes, "Hey, you're forgiven now." And he's just like, "That's fair." And then Kaguya's like, "Good thing she's so forgiving. Some people would never forgive you."
Gee, why does he think Kaguya wants to kill him? He might not be wrong.
Uh-huh.
I just like the thing that slew me was the joy that on Chika's face as she makes the implement to hit him with. Like that is pure condensed Chika.
Because she doesn't have the fan thing, so she has to take a newspaper and make the fan thing. You know the one.
The Smash Brothers item?
Yeah, the Smash Brothers item. Anyway, next chapter. Hayasaka in a cat suit. Because she is Splinter Cell.
Can't argue with that.
All in an effort to reverse not drug Shirogane.
So the way they set this up is it's Hayasaka complaining about all the illicit things that the Kaguya family makes her do. And then this one is just swapping out the coffee. But like what we know about her family is yeah, she probably would have to kill someone at some point.
Yeah. I just really like how it's her like breaking into the student council chambers past the laser traps that they have.
Yep, they're rich. It makes sense.
Yep. Replacing the coffee, being like, "I apologize for this, Shirogane." Next page, Shirogane sips his coffee. Kaguya smirks as she looks at her wristwatch. Shirogane. Next page, she's asleep.
He's asleep.
He's sleepy. That page turn killed me. I had to stop reading. I was laughing too hard.
Strong Spy X family energy.
It really was.
Oh, I love how Hayasaka's just like, okay, what's your nefarious plan here? It's like, well, I've got this amazing scheme I'm going to set up. And then she stops talking mid-sentence because his head falls over on her shoulder. And she's just like, well, I can't move. Make sure no one comes in here.
Hayasaka, there's been an accident.
She pulls out a tape measure. I'm like, what? Why do you need that, Kaguya? Oh, we're never going to find out now. That is not the topic for today. God, the speech the narrator boxes in this. I understand why the anime made that its own character.
Narrator Could is absolutely a character.
Shirogane is on my shoulder.
But Hayasaka needs to play guardian to the door to the class president room.
Mm-hmm. So that nobody goes in and disturbs this moment.
Which, for Ishigame, real easy. She just goes, hey, Kaguya's looking real mad. He's like, well, I'm going home.
It's the Simpsons gif. You know the one. Of course, the real challenge is that Chika shows up.
I love how they even give a rundown of the number of battles between Chika and Hayasaka.
They are arch enemies because Chika is a force of pure chaos that Hayasaka is never able to account for. Hayasaka enters popular girl mode in order to
be fair, Hayasaka does have a better than 50% win rate against Chika, which is fucking impressive.
It really is. She knows the matchup.
She knows the matchup.
Really, second only in percentages of Shirogane, because Shirogane just wins through brute force against Chika. Just
somehow.
That's the only way you can win against her consistently, is to just wear her down.
You can't outsmart her. You can only
win through raw effort in APM.
And no one's got more raw effort than Shirogane.
Oh yeah.
That boy is Gosu as hell. Imba AF.
But they end up going on a trip to find Chika's hair ribbon that she lost at some point when she took a picture to send to Kaguya of a sky burial of her.
Yes. This made sense.
A sky burial. She laid on the ground and did the devil horns with her hands.
Eyes closed,
and was surrounded by chickens.
This made sense again in her head. It just made sense. Yes.
Really, the only comment I have is I am fucking amazed she didn't do peace signs.
That's not metal.
Young anime girls surrounded by cocks.
God damn it, Sam.
God damn it.
Look, she was playing Pokemon Go and trying to catch a Pikachu.
Man, everyone in this chapter is playing Pokemon Go, and this is really... You can tell when this was written.
I was gonna say, when did that game come out? Because for about what was it, 4 months?
Yep. People were running after for Pikachus.
I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them. I got so many Pikachus.
Yep. But eventually they do find the ribbon. It was on the underside of Chika's skirt because if you look at the sky burial picture, one of the chickens was taking the ribbon, and so she had stowed it under her skirt so it would not be stolen, and she had completely forgotten that she had done that.
Anyway, Hayasaka comes back to the club room to see that Kaguya has not moved an inch.
The faith that she has in Kaguya is impressive, because she thinks anything will have happened.
The faith she has in Kaguya is divine, to be fair.
So, to be fair, she was hoping for the bare minimum. She's just like, look, he's asleep. You can do whatever. I've got no morals. We'll dive into that later.
Maybe you could put his head on your lap.
That's the bare minimum she was expecting, which, you know what, to be fair, not even that creepy.
To Kaguya, frozen in the exact same position, so extremely that she still has the tape measure in the same spot.
What were you planning to do with that, Kaguya?
When we say she has not moved a muscle, we are being very literal. I don't think her heart beat.
Oh, it was beating all right.
Doki doki. Anyway, we have objectively my favorite chapter. Just because it's one of my favorite like gags in contained into a single chapter for the final exams.
Can we talk about the fact that they say that the academy they're at has 5 final exams a year?
Oh yeah.
That's not how final exams work, but okay.
Nope.
You're really stretching the definition of the word final. But yes, the final exams are coming up, and so Kaguya is asking if everyone's been studying, and Chika is like, "Oh, totally." You're really failing at the innocent whistling thing here. How about you, Shirogane? Oh, I don't study. After all, tests are just a examination of how close or of how well you did overall. Studying is silly because that implies you weren't trying your hardest the whole time. Page turn. All a lie!
Wait, hold on.
Shirogane has been cramming nonstop for 10 days. 10 all-nighters in a row.
Sounds about right.
How is he alive? I mean,
Good
honestly,
question.
I'm just saying. I know you can pull off some pretty extreme stunts with caffeine, but 10 days of
This is
no
a-
sleep.
This is a man who falls asleep immediately if he doesn't have coffee every 3 hours.
Yes, he needs his stimulants. He just cannot function.
I think we are told at one point he gets like 3 hours of sleep a night.
Oh, so he does sleep. Okay. Because I'm just
Presumably.
like, I'm just saying, like 10 straight days, no sleep, just chugging caffeine.
Oh no, final exam time. He does not sleep.
Mm-hmm.
There's no time.
I think that's physically impossible, is what I'm saying. I think your body would literally burn out. 10 days, back
he's
to
a
back to back.
He's a shonen protagonist.
Yeah.
He really do be. Kaguya's like, oh yes, you're absolutely right, Shirogane. After all, if you strain yourself so hard for one test, how will you actually know what your capabilities are? All a lie! Kaguya has been practicing super hard for her tests because this is the one moment where defeat means something to her. This is the one humiliation she will not accept!
Because normally in her life, Kaguya only puts 60% of effort into anything she does, so she doesn't ostracize herself by being too good.
Mm-hmm. And as
You
they're
know, like a
having-
normal person.
Exactly. And
I
as
think
they're
you're
having
too smart because people don't like girls who are too smart.
I mean, to be fair, most people don't like Kaguya anyway.
Yeah,
Not
she
very
does
popular.
reflect on that.
Kaguya has a list of character flaws and issues that are vast. Her intelligence is not anywhere near the top of that list.
Yes, I think and the worst part is the fact that she is aware of this. She's just like, yeah, I can see that. Do you
She's
think
just
about changing that? No.
Yeah, she's unwilling to commit to self-improvement because she's a stupid teenager. This shocks no one.
Also, it's sometimes not very clear. Kaguya doesn't actually care about her other friends.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that's true too.
She literally only cares about getting a one-up on Shirogane in the love war.
I do like how they casually mention that Chika used to get average grades, but because Shirogane and Kaguya are trying to lazy each other with like fake, oh yeah, I don't work. She's taken the brunt of all of those assaults because she's very believing. So she's slipped to the very like bottom percentages of the class grades.
Her is going to be cut off. We can't have that.
Well, no, not the very bottom, because Ishigami's going home to study. All a lie! He's going home to play video games!
Man.
A bold play to buy a brand new game during finals week.
Like, legitimately, he was just like, F this, buy this new game.
Love Ishigami.
and then Chika hearing about their plans of not studying because something love war. Oh yeah, that makes sense. She's entirely serious. I love this chapter so much.
The finals happen. Shirogane takes top percentage again because that's the only thing he's got going for them. He can't let that slip.
Mhm.
And Kaguya is sad because she didn't get to beat him. but she remains cool and composed and has her childish tantrum off screen.
She does. And Shirogane also remains cool and composed and has his childish victory panel off screen. I love the final page because it's Shirogane screaming in victory and shadow punching in the bathroom while Kaguya is throwing a fit and stomping the ground in an alley.
Oh,
Oh, these poor beans.
so dumb. Every last one of them, so dumb.
Uh-huh.
Some of them willingly, others less so.
I like how the side romance couple the girl is like number 4 in the class, and he's like 164.
Out of just shy of 200.
But we see a panel of her helping him study, and her ranking slips a little bit, but his rockets up like 50 places.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so cute. And couple goals. They are the only. They're not just the only healthy couple in this. They're the only healthy relationship between two characters in this.
They are thriving off of someone else's misery, though, Jacob. You do need to remember that.
Yeah.
Poor pigtail girl is not doing great.
Isn't that how relationships work?
No, what?
No.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Also, apparently Ishigami's video game wasn't very good because he actually went up 20 places.
That's how it do.
Pretty mid-tier video game.
Yeah. It should have been better.
Yeah. Anyway, that's volume 1
Yep.
of what we read.
Oh.
And I need some water.
Yeah, because oh man, does the next part of this arc get spicy.
So we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the show, folks, where last we left our generals on this battlefield of love, and nothing happened.
Because nothing ever happens, because they're idiots and they won't just communicate with each other like normal people.
So, how do we open up this next battle? But of course, with Chika Fujiwara asking you, there is a cage, how many animals are in it?
This brought me to, I don't know if this is everyone's middle school experience or just the middle school I went to, which we've established is very different than my co-host. There was a lot of like going around because early 2000s was not very progressive with how they viewed homosexuality. It'd be a lot of like, hey, you like burritos or you like tacos? You know what that means? You know what that means? And then you'd be mocked.
Yeah, a different version, but I had experienced that as well.
That was basically all of middle school, was different versions of that question.
Different versions of that, yes.
Yes.
Which is basically what this is. Except about other things.
Except it's not about homosexuality. It's about the amount of children you want.
See, that's a stupid question, because if you tell me I can have as many cats as I want, I will just say all of the cats.
I have to disagree with the lead up to this. I don't think it's necessarily the same as that conversation. This is more in line with like astrological signs and those little Tumblr quizzes that, at least in the girl circles that I fluctuated in, like that was a thing to kind of pick how compatible you were with guys, or it's 100% manipulation, okay? But
I know, but they also do say like it's been psychologically proven in a way that every time I see someone say that on Twitter, I'm just like, yeah, I guess anything can be psychologically proven by any.
So the group is like, how many cats or kittens do you want?
9.
Specifically that's supposed to be like, okay, this is something you really care for. The linkage is supposed to be you are a caring person.
It's something you nurture.
Yeah, so this would translate into children, like that's supposed to be the link.
That's how many children you want. At which point Shirogane goes, oh my god, that's right. I've always wanted enough kids to make a baseball team.
And I love
Kaguya's reaction.
Like,
yep.
I don't think I can do that.
I don't think I can do that.
That feels physically impossible.
The combination of wide-eyed shock and blushing. She's like, 1, 2, 3, wait a bit.
That's a lot. That's a
That's a
lot of
lot.
baby. That's a lot of sex. That's a lot of babies.
I have complicated emotions about all of this.
She didn't say no. She just full on was like doing the math. It's like, that is a lot. Oh, God.
Kaguya has just like accepted her fate of like, I do really like Shirogane. I guess it's 9.
I mean, the last page bonus panel is her looking up family planning to find a way to have
my
more
God.
twins.
So to be fair to Kaguya, she comes from insane wealth. The number of children is not a financial burden at all.
No, she was looking at like, she would need to get a surrogate, which is what she's saying. She's like, oh my God, my poor body.
As I just said, the financial burden is not a problem at all.
Exactly. When I say family planning, I'm not talking about the financial costs. I'm talking like she's trying to optimize her chance of having twins in order to reduce the number of pregnancies.
Yeah. In other words, what some women would say, oh my God, get off of her.
These psychological exams are meant to test various aspects of love because, of course, it's Chika delivering this. And the next one is, so you're walking on a dimly lit road and someone taps your shoulder. Who is it? It's supposed to be, that's the person you like. And so in her infinite chaos brain, Kaguya's like, so I can't admit that it's Shirogane. So...
Well, no. We gotta address the elephant in the room. Kaguya knows this book because she assumed that Chika would spring this on them at some point and has already pre-read it.
Because Kaguya checks every single book that is being added to the library, and the ones that she thinks Chika might read, she reads and memorizes in their entirety.
Yes.
This is why she doesn't have top marks in the school.
For Ishigami, the idea of someone grabbing his shoulder on a dimly lit road has him imagining a scene out of the Castlevania anime as he is sprinting away down a gothic street and Kaguya grabs his shoulder, spattered in blood, like, why are you running away? The person would be Shinomiya, and Kaguya's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't feel that way about you.
Yeah, like, fellow co-host, when you heard this question, my initial reaction was serial killer. Did no one else?
No, I'm with you.
Okay. This is a weird question for like, that's who you're in love with. Like, what? Why a dark thing that, like, it'd be like a daylit park.
The only context in which it makes sense for it to be a romantic thing is actually the context which Shirogane thinks of. And as established, he's not normal. He's just more normal than Kaguya. That's a low bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. My response was, if somebody tapped my shoulder on a dimly lit road, it would be hard to determine what who they were through the swelling in their face as I punched them. Like, come on.
That's important to know, dear listeners. Sam does not like being surprised. He will punch you.
I will.
Don't climb into bed with Sam.
We'll get to it.
Unexpectedly.
You're right. Sometimes
it's the surprises that are the problem.
And sometimes pleasant surprises.
Anyway,
we'll get to that arc.
We have exactly one panel of this being an episode of Sis Confidential.
Yeah, because Shirogane goes like, it'd be creepy if I said Kaguya. It'd be creepy if I said Kaguya. My sister? Oh, that's weirder.
Why would you say that, you weirdo?
He does seem to regret his decision, too. Like, oh, why did I say my sister?
Do you have a sister complex, Shirogane? Yeah.
He says yeah, but he also kind of does have a sister complex. He just wants his sister to think he's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll get to his sister having a brother complex.
Mm-hmm. I also, this is not the first time it's happened in the reading, but also I really like this sort of, like Chika asks Kaguya first, and she has pre-prepped this So goes straight for the flattery and says Chica, and Chica seems really happy about that. I love this. Like it's a passing crush that Chica's like, I kind of like Kaguya that way. I'm just gonna keep causing chaos though because it's more fun.
Yes, but we have a very cute end to the chapter as the final question for the psych test is you're in a field of flowers and the owner says you can take as many flowers as you like. How many do you take? And this is one randomly pulled off the internet, so neither Shirogane nor Kaguya have a pre-prepared answer.
I mean, Shirogane never had a pre-prepared answer.
Oh, true. But Chika said that she would only take 2 flowers. Kaguya said she would
prettiest ones.
Yep. Kaguya said that she would get a full bouquet, and Shirogane is just like, I get a whole truck so I could sell them.
In fact, if I could have more, I'd have 2 trucks.
And Kaguya looks up what the answer means, and it's like the amount of flowers corresponds to the amount of love you have to give. And she's like, he has an entire truck worth of love to give, and 9 kisses. Oh my god!
I like how they said that Shirogane lost this battle, and I'm like, that
he really didn't.
I don't think he did, because Kaguya never said what the answer was. So
yeah. If anything, Kaguya lost because she was the one who ended up the most flustered by the end.
Yeah.
She's looking at the family planner, just like, okay, what drugs can I take to get greater likelihood of twins?
Because these people are not normal.
I need to field a baseball team with my uterus. Why the fuck do you read manga?
Because it's fun.
I love the chapter where Kaguya got Shirogane hooked on the Andrew Tate podcast.
Oh my god. It's really amazing. I can read as much of this manga as I can, considering how extremely vulnerable I am to secondhand embarrassment. Like, you'd think this manga would just kill me outright. Really, it's only every few chapters, and this was one of them, not gonna lie. But yes, Shirogane reads the Love Bible, a sealed insert of a magazine left on the bookshelf.
So, I wasn't clear on this. Is this a girls' magazine?
I think it was the one that had the infamous Kaguya doesn't understand what first time meant magazine.
Yeah, fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess Shirogane was also reading that too, so
yeah.
Like he was surprised it was still there, so he looked through it out of curiosity and found the Love Bible.
It's just a generic like dating advice thing.
Yeah.
Then. Okay. So yeah.
The part of this that threw me for a loop was, of course, Kaguya has already consumed this entire Love Bible thing, so she is anticipating all of Shirogane's moves. See, the thing that threw me was she said that the reason she had read all this was because she had an extra copy. I thought she had read that one and then resealed it.
So
that seems like something she'd do.
Yeah, I'd believe both. It's frankly, it's just easier to buy a second copy.
When has Kaguya ever taken the easier way?
She slashed her own family car's tires. Like, she's not normal.
Fair.
But yes, Kaguya is rather enjoying her chess master mode of manipulating Shirogane into playing hard to get, giving her the cold shoulder, acting harsh.
He's really bad at it.
He's really bad at it because he's too generous.
Like, the advice column is literally like hardcore negging. Like, like step 3 is literally tell them that you hate them.
Except this man is so pure of heart that he tries so hard to neg. But like, he offers gum to Ishigami, and then he offers some to Kaguya as well, except it's the gum that's like 1.3 yen cheaper.
Didn't even know yen came in denominations that small.
I love how Kaguya goes like, he's being the cold in such a way that no one could possibly notice. Meanwhile, Ishigami immediately speaks up. Hey, why are you being so cold to Kaguya? That's kind of messed up, bro. And then it's just like, what? I'm not being cold. And he's just like, oh, wait, no, we're just ragging on Kaguya? Bros got to stick together, right? Alpha male grind set. We got to be some high value males in here. Hey, loser, go buy us some pudding. I am going to murder you. I rescind my comment.
I am
I'll go
leaving
buy
now.
us pudding.
Incel Gami just immediately hop into the plate. We disrespected women? I am on board.
I am immediately on the disrespecting women train, brother.
Yep, keep them in their place.
I got it. I can't clip that one. Please don't clip that, listeners.
Please don't clip that out of context.
Matt and I saying that, please no.
Especially don't go back to the Parasite episode where I do a long running bit about the Andrew Tate podcast again. Because it's just a fucking joke of a human being and deserves to be mocked. I don't.
Yes. We have my favorite moment, which is Shirogane desperately trying to maintain this negging behavior. As he's like, Shinomiya, the way you were treating Ishigami, when you act like that, I hate you.
To be fair, he can't say I hate you directly, so he's genuinely saying, hey, when you're mean to my friend like that, I really don't like that part of you.
Uh-huh.
And he was able to say that because that was genuine.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I love it because Chessmaster Kaguya is going through all of the things that he's done in the last 15 minutes. And it's like, yes, my plan is working. Why am I so lightheaded right now? Oh no.
I love how she's just like, haha, I've tricked him into the alpha male grind set. He's going to go through his playbook and then I'm going to get to call him out for the loser he is, thinking that could actually get him women. Oh no, the techniques are working on me.
No, wait, he said he hated me. My heart.
Oh no, I've been weakened. Hopefully he doesn't come back in with compliments. No.
She literally takes emotional damage.
Emotional damage. But Shirogane immediately slips back into his much more comfortable nice boy mode and plays off what he said. And it's like, look, I'm sorry I said that. That was too harsh. I was speaking facetiously. Here's some coffee. Let's just get back to work. And Kaguya's like, oh, thank God. Okay, he doesn't actually hate me. Oh, this is so good. What were we talking about? And that's when the narrator is like, maybe this isn't a battle between geniuses.
Such a great ending of the chapter.
Kaguya, just full with her coffee, little flowers growing out of her head. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Anyway, you remember how Chika said she was never going to help Shirogane with anything ever again?
I love this so much.
Singing, am I right?
I hate identifying with Shirogane.
You know what? This is the chapter where I'm with you, Jake.
So we find out our boy Shirogane has just been lip syncing every time they have to sing the school song. And Chika, known music aficionado, which I think got mentioned a couple times in our last reading, but that's kind of her big, that's where she excels: music and language and board games.
Chika's not dumb.
She's not traditionally intelligent. She's got other areas she excels.
She's an airhead.
Yeah.
Look, Chika's just got 5 levels in Bard.
Chika is very fun to hang out with, and yes, I would hang out with her. It would be chaos, and I would be like, yes.
If I survived, I would enjoy it very much.
But unfortunately, she cannot let it stand that someone would not actually be singing their school song. We learned this in elementary school. It is crucial to our identity.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, it's not that I don't know the lyrics. I've memorized them by this point. I'm just a bit tone deaf.
A little bit tone deaf.
Oh, that's not bad. A lot of people are tone deaf. I don't think you understand.
So can you sing a little sample for me so I know how tone deaf you are?
Just an eldritch abomination.
Pretty much.
I love Chika's reaction to this is, I used to think I was okay with tone deafness. Now I know that I am making not being tone deaf a criteria for anyone I will date in the future. that that is a severe rejection, going like, what I have just witnessed from you means not only are you completely off the table as a romantic partner, anyone who has a trait like that is entirely off the table, even if it closely resembles. I did
Okay.
not know I had a level of hatred for tone deafness.
Yep, so we basically have repeated the volleyball chapter of Chika teaching him how to sing.
And him being indignant about learning because he's so used to being able to do everything by himself. But sports and music are things you cannot like learn how to do on your own. You need outside influence to like correct you.
And Chica's gonna be that outside influence. I'll teach you how to sing. Leave it to mama.
I love how she's not gonna help him initially after she realizes how much work it is, and then Shirogane goes all sad backstory on her, like, no, it's fine. I just will pretend not to sing because that's what they did in elementary school. The music teacher said, it's okay. You don't have to force yourself to sing. And then they told me just to lip sync in middle school. And she's like, that's so sad. At your poor person school, they excluded people? I thought they were forced to take in everybody. Chica, stop being so upper class. What's going on here?
Legitimately, the reason I never learned to snap my fingers for 10 years.
Wait, what?
Because you were poor?
Oh, I'm so
No.
sorry.
No, because I was called out by a teacher in elementary school.
Oh, that's sad.
That
It
is
was.
really sad.
You should have gone to a roughneck middle school like I did, where we got in fights. You have to snap in order to get your gang together, because step ball change.
I don't know. I think
I
my
am
mom actually taught me how to snap my fingers and whistle.
I
These
can't
are things.
whistle.
Yeah, these are things my mom like taught me. I don't know why, how it came up, but it was just a thing.
We have the end of the chapter where Shirogane is sort of able to sing a bit, and Chika completely collapses in proud tears. as
Chica
she's-
mama. Mama
And like there's a teacher who's like, Chica, what's wrong? Or Fujiwara, what's wrong?
And then Kaguya comes up like, Chika, are you okay? Oh, baby has grown so much.
God, this is my favorite running gag in the entire thing.
Mama Chica is the best.
It's just, you keep, each time it happens, it's just more and more. Oh, Shirogane is not good at one thing. Oh, Shirogane is only good at one thing.
I swear, if Chica is not the mother of the groom at their wedding, I swear I'm gonna cry.
You're right. If Chika doesn't marry Shirogane's dad.
Honestly, it wouldn't be the weirdest relationship dynamic in this manga.
My
Poor
baby.
pink-haired girl.
Oh my god. So anyway, we have our first actual arc in this
Yeah.
reading.
Because we get the second rainstorm.
Rainstorm 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Literally.
This time they excluded Hayasaka because she ruined the last rainstorm. I think. Probably. I can't remember.
Nah. No, it was Chika. Chika also starts to ruin this one, and then Kaguya's like, no, get out of here.
I love Kaguya's way of getting rid of Chika in this.
Because the main problem is the rain is so bad, the trains are actually no longer running.
Mm-hmm.
And since it rained today, Shirogane did not take his bike to school. No, I guess it's a sudden rain, so he was surprised. So he did bike to school. He was just going to take the train back.
Yeah. And the trains weren't running, so it's like, how's he going to get home? Well, obviously, Kaguya is chauffeured everywhere, so he just needs to... I just need to offer him a ride home. Wait a minute, that's a date. No. I need to make him request a ride home. Yeah, that's the ticket. It'll be very romantic. Yes. Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna demurely stand out here under my umbrella in front of the gates and wait
Oh,
for him.
you're skipping
You're
the
skipping
entire.
getting rid of Chica.
I am skipping the getting rid of Chica, which is very good.
My favorite part is Wall Shirogane, because she's
The
setting up
battery.
the
Oh,
whole
the
thing.
battery, right?
The whole thing she's setting up is that Shirogane, she mentions, oh, well, I guess you could take a taxi because he's got to get to his job, is the thing. So he can't just wait around here for it to pass. So she mentions, you could take a taxi or you could get someone to give you a ride. Oh, but wouldn't a taxi cost more than you'd make in your shift? And Shirogane just goes to the bathroom to be like, oh no, what do I do about that? And then while he's in the bathroom, Kaguya gets a notification that the trains are running again, goes like, "Oh no. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Oh, Shirogane left his phone in here. That means he doesn't know about the trains. Good thing I stored a dead battery in here for this exact situation." She then
Specifically for his phone.
she replaces the battery in his phone in 10 seconds
With the dead battery.
so that when he turns on his phone, it's completely dead and he can't check the train schedule to see that they're now running. She goes like, well, I guess
He's completely relying on you now. If he has like a medical emergency, completely relying on you. How
yeah,
selfish.
she's not thinking that far ahead. So she heads out to wait for her car to pick her up, and she's like, he'll come begging on his knees. And Hayasaka's there in her raincoat going like, hey, if you pick up Shirogane, where am I supposed to get home? And she's
Walk
just like,
home.
I guess you'll walk, loser. Oh, what? What? First of all, why can only two people fit in your limo? We're not going to talk about that.
You know, if you keep being mean to me like that, you're going to face divine retribution. Divine retribution, of course, I was. Destroys her umbrella, soaks her in rainwater. Only joking. I called you a taxi.
Because yeah, she should not be standing outside under an umbrella. This is a typhoon.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I think that's Shirogane. What, is it really? And then, masked hero on his bicycle.
Trying to run through the rain because like he's got to be at work, otherwise that's going to be letting down his job. But also, he's not taking a taxi that costs more than he was going to make. He's too cheap.
Moomin Rider heads by. Okay, this is something I have to ask because I'm a hermit. I don't know how like transportation works. Are taxis really that expensive? It's like $50.
I don't know how much Japanese taxis are. That is kind of expensive depending how far he was going. Maybe he might live far away from the.
Oh, she said it's like 30 minutes away from her compound, wherever that is. So yeah.
It's yeah, I guess a 30-minute taxi ride. I'm guessing because of inclement weather. She could also be lying about how much a taxi would cost.
Yeah, that is very much within Kaguya's wheelhouse.
That's a very expensive taxi in my experience, but again, I don't know what Japanese taxis cost. So especially because it's one way, so it's like.
Anyway, Kaguya gets completely soaked by the rain and is now ill. Which
And she completely deserves it because she was waiting out there to make him grovel to be let in her car. So Kaguya became evil Kaguya for a hot minute here.
And
yeah, she waffles between that and just the idiot that she normally is.
But we have the beginning of our arc where since she is sick, she cannot go into school, so somebody needs to take her homework to her. And naturally, this results in a battle because Chica is like, oh, I'll do it. I've known Kaguya for years. And so I know the only time that her guard is down is when she is sick. And that makes her so cute. And Shirogane's head immediately filled with lewd visions of bedside manner.
Yeah, reminder that Shirogane is a teenager with a pulse.
I like how Ishigame is also lured in by, wait, no, Kaguya is real cute when she's sick. Because originally, when it came to taking her homework to her, Ishigame was like, oh, yeah, I'm not doing that. She's scary. But then Chica was like, well, no, when she's sick, she's actually super cute. And then he gets involved in the little, like, memory card matching competition they have.
Shirogane is having all sorts of lewd visions in his head. It's like, she'll even let you cuddle her. Oh no.
I love the fact that Chika sets up this like Naruto exam style card matching game. Where it's like, if you cheat, you get 5 points docked from your total. Hold on, if you cheat, you should just be disqualified. Why? The only reason you do that if you set this up to cheat. Oh, these are marked cards. Get a new deck.
Why do these cards have a slightly different border, Chica? Why do these things look like numbers?
Chika, I'm just gonna point this out. You picked a memory game, which I know everyone's smart in their own ways. You're not smart in this way, especially not me and Ishigami, who are really good at memory.
Uh-huh. And Ishigami spends like 3 times the amount of time that Shirogane does ragging on her.
Because that's what Inceligami does. He's always there to back his bro.
My favorite part was when Ishigami was doing all the maths in his head of like, oh, this is why Shirogane is playing this way. It's a very safe strategy. Oh, how clever. And then it cuts to Shirogane, and he's still just having lewd thoughts about Kaguya, just very distracted.
Ishigami is just like, yes, he's playing the most optimal strategy. He must be a master strategist in his head, going over every move in triplicate. And it's just, ooh, Shirogane, do you want to wipe the sweat off my front? It's like, what the fuck?
You already wiped it off my back. How about my front too?
Shiraгаne's lewd.
He's
a
horny.
teenager with a pulse.
He horny.
He horny.
So that horniness brings him to win because Chika tries to cheat again, but not in a way that actually makes Shirogane win, because she's setting up the cards to indicate what their faces are, and he figures out the very simplistic code and just like, well, okay, I won by a landslide at the end. I'm gonna take her homework to her.
I just wanted to see Kaguya. You cheated by setting up the cards like a clock.
I also like that instead of Ishigami, it's Chika who's, I'm gonna go die. Okay, but don't die.
Shirogane has to take the homework to her, and he goes to the Kaguya family manor, which apparently he researched online, which is a little creepy.
I mean, what were her parents' occupations again?
I only know her father
money.
is incredibly rich.
I mean, I don't know, because they go into detail about how some of the other students are like part of pretty prominent businesses, and or so in that vein, I kind of like don't see it creepy. It's kind of like, okay, the students of this school are super well connected and super rich.
From a perspective of being able to find the information, it makes sense. They're at least close to celebrities, if not outright celebrities. It's weird that you did that for someone you know.
I don't know. I mean, isn't it Chica's mom is like an ambassador and everything? So it's like, yeah, I would probably look that up.
I don't run in circles enough like this to know.
Yeah.
I would say it's generally seen as something you don't admit to them at the very least.
Yeah, you don't admit, but
yes, Hayasaka has the worst pseudonym ever as she greets Shirogane at the door, but he is so dumbstruck by the amount of wealth on display he does not notice.
I'm not 100% sure why Hayasaka is disguising herself either. I think she's just having fun at this point.
Because
it's because part of her mission is that nobody must know that she is Kaguya's manservant.
Oh, that's right.
Because Kaguya wants to go to school and be normal.
yeah. So I am just another student.
Like, they go to very extreme lengths for this.
Yes.
Including her having completely shitty pseudonyms and colored contacts.
And I think it's only for Shirogane, because if Chika came over, she would know Hayasaka. Or I forget what the difference is with Chika. I can't remember if Hayasaka's interacted with Chika yet. It's dumb. It's real dumb.
Yeah. It's dumb one way or another. But Hayasaka's like, oh yes, come on. Here's the way to Miss Kaguya's room. We're not setting off fireworks. Get back in bed. You have a visitor. Hey, look, it's Shirogane. Wait, Shirogane, why are you here? Wait, are you moving in? What?
No.
Yeah. Just say the word, babe, and I'll move in.
Anyway, yeah, no, Miss Kaguya, she's got extreme brain fog right now. You know, her her mind not working too good right now. The
Ayasaka is a menace in this chapter.
Yeah. The ego completely gone. The id entirely in control. She is only being driven by her desires right now. By the way, no one's going to be in this room for the next 3 hours. By the way, doors locked. By the way, soundproofed. Bye. Don't do anything untoward.
I'm going to be gone for 3 hours. I'm not going to check you in soundproof room.
She knows what she's doing.
I want to say when the anime episode for this dropped, the internet exploded.
Yes, dare I say this episode is top tier.
Hayasaka's like, this rom-com's been going on too long. You should just bone already.
We need to speed it up a little bit, guys.
Consent is getting in the way of this rom-com finishing.
But yes, Kaguya, in her entire brain fog, is just like, I don't really know how relationships work. My family's weird like that. So hey, get under the covers. Let's snuggle.
Well, Shirogane first has to go, hey, are you sick because of me? I want to apologize, because he realized he was the one who splashed her that got her sick. And then she seems to forgive him immediately for that because she doesn't even remember.
Yep.
And then just like, hey, get under the covers. Come sleep with me. What?
Yeah.
What?
Hey,
what?
hey, you can make it up to me by sleeping with me. Yep.
What?
Yeah. And my favorite culmination of a running joke is like Shirogane is freaking out as she's dragging him under the cover, and she's like, "You shy? How cute!" And it's the how cute thing that's been happening in his mind the entire time,
and it paralyzes him.
She's done that.
Yeah, she'd do that. There are a lot of cases where his nightmare fantasies of the things that Kaguya would say and do in looking down on him are completely true.
Except it's so sweet and endearing because she's like, that's legitimately adorable. Come here.
Yeah. And my boy is running through his head a mile a minute going like, oh, I'm in a bed with a girl I like. I'm in a bed with a girl I like. Wait, I was told soundproof room. No one will know what happens in here. What could I possibly do? Wait a second. Hold on. I am constantly overworked. And if I don't have caffeine every 3 hours, I fall asleep immediately. Oh, I'm in a bed. And then falls asleep immediately. Because we got to keep the recurring jokes coming.
I don't know if I'll be able to control myself. Page turn. Sleep deprived.
Problem is solved for him because he does not sleep.
Well, there's the double meaning of I don't know if I'll be able to control myself in that way, or
Yes.
I don't know if I'll be able to control my sleeping schedule.
Oh yes, it's very punny on both ways, because either way you're sleeping with her.
Yeah.
And Kaguya is just so content.
Just like, yes, we are taking naps. Yes.
They're with her little 3 face.
My favorite part is when Kaguya wakes up, goes, "What the f- are you doing in my bed?" Kicks him out. And
not a totally unreasonable reaction.
He is totally in a dead sleep. Jeez.
Which, counterpoint, Hayasaka, either the 3 hours was exactly at that moment, or Hayasaka lied about the room being soundproofed.
Yes and yes.
Very likely. Because why would Kaguya have a soundproof room?
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
I can imagine just Hayasaka sitting there, like ear pressed to the door for 8 hours, waiting for the noises.
But yeah, Shirogane, very embarrassed, apologizes, then just runs because he's not dealing with the situation. And Hayasaka goes, oh my. Hey, mistress, you look very well rested. Have a good night's sleep.
Have a good night's sleep. Let's check. Oh, there's no forensic evidence.
Yeah, she does check the bed for forensic evidence that they did the deed. It was like, nah, looks like he didn't do anything. Shame. What do you mean by that?
No splatter tear.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Hayasaka is a menace to society.
She is, and I love her.
Hayasaka is the best character in this entire manga. But unfortunately, this is not resolved in a way that's very well, it's kind of resolved, but that's the problem. Because the next chapter starts, and there is an awkward tension in the air. And Ishigami is completely unaware what this tension could possibly be. But apparently, Kaguya and Shirogane, upon the chapter after where no forensic evidence was found, turns out, yeah, he did just actually sleep with her under the covers, like nothing
Yes.
untoward.
Yeah.
And and he apologized to her. She apologized for her reaction, and they accepted each other's apologies. But unfortunately, the air is still tense between them.
Because
For obvious reasons.
Because Kaguya's like, why didn't he do anything? Am I that on a chart?
Kaguya's got some mixed feelings about.
Well, that's the best part because because she keeps telling herself she's still mad because she can't know if he didn't do anything. That's what she keeps telling herself. There's another layer to it that comes up later.
Yeah, because both of these idiots don't know how to deal with their lives. They're wondering why their situation is so weird and tense now. So they go to their friends for love advice, except Kaguya doesn't trust Chika, and she doesn't actually have other friends.
So she goes to Kishiwagi.
She goes to the girl she knows who has a boyfriend.
You have boyfriend. What do?
Which is weird, because that would mean, just duality-wise, you would think Shirogane would go to her boyfriend for advice. But no, my boy's smart. He goes to Ishigami.
Yes, that's my man.
Now we do need to point out, this happens after an entire chapter of them pitching a hissy fit over shortcake.
Which it's the best kind of pitching a hissy fit over shortcake because they want the other one to have it because they remembered a small insignificant conversation about a mild woe that the other had at one point.
But they both want to do the good thing to the point they stop caring about the other person being happy about it. It's about them being right. Because it's like, no, I remember the thing.
And amidst all of that nonsense, they are both touched that the other remembered, so they have to hide how happy they are about it.
And they go to Lady in the Trampet, at which point Chika kicks in the door, runs over, eats the cake off of both forks, and just goes, no cake if you're fighting.
Damn.
Chika's just like, nope, you don't get to have this lovey-dovey sharing cake moment. Kiss and make up. Which, counterpoint.
I love that was so much.
Counterpoint. I think if they had fed each other the cake, they would have kissed and made up. Like, that would have been a resolution.
No, see, because Chika, demon lord of chaos that she is, cannot allow a resolution. There must be more battle.
There must be more chaos.
They need to both get terrible dating advice.
Yes.
Proving I really don't agree with Jacob when he keeps saying that those two are having a healthy relationship, considering the dating advice she gives Kaguya.
I mean, for both of them, they're giving dumb teenager perspectives on it with incomplete information.
Nothing's wrong with Ishigami's advice.
Kaguya is desperately seeking validation and trying to she's portraying it like a hypothetical, and Kishiwagi's like, okay, so you're talking about something that happened to you.
I love how she starts in, well, my friend's having a problem. Okay, so this is definitely about you. And then she proceeds to never at any point not address Kaguya as you.
Yeah.
And then, meanwhile, I love Ishigami because his interaction with, because it's like, Insogami and all, but I love his interaction with Shirogane because he looks over at Shirogane when he does the same thing and he's like, huh, that sounds like you're talking about yourself, but I know you wouldn't be that obvious. And they never address it again.
Exactly.
He's saying out loud, I know what you're doing, but I'm not going to judge you for it, so we're going to go with it.
No, they are chilling out on the grass, and Ishigami has just slipped into total bro. Hey, I know you're going through something right now. I'm just going to agree with you and, pump you up, okay? That's what we're doing? Cool. Say whatever you want. I am on your side, buddy. That's all he's doing.
That is awesome, and that's part of why I kind of had to gravitate towards him, because he's just listening, pumping you up, and is providing rational responses
no,
to how he's describing this. He's like,
he's
that's crazy.
he's 100% just laying down, going like, "Oh, cool, you need a hype man? Can do." Yeah, that's fucked up, bud. Yeah, what kind of girl acts like that? Jeez,
You want to go
women,
kick
am
her
I
ass?
right? You want to?
Sounds like some black-haired girl with tiny boobs in a rom-com.
Ishigami does just let some slips in there, like, hey, hey, you two are really into each other. Are we not addressing that outright? Okay.
I'm just saying, I know you're trying to be secretive, but like everyone knows. I'm just telling you this.
So yeah, I think we're getting to the point in the series. It's very clear the background characters, other than Chika, know what's going on, and Chika sometimes knows what's going on.
Chika chooses not to know what's going on.
Chika doesn't care. Chika's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to think about it too hard.
But yeah, this is also where we get Kaguya realizing that she wishes that Shirogane had done something because him not doing anything makes her feel unattractive.
Kaguya goes the whole thing is asking Kishiwagi, basically, hey, a friend I know was asleep and some guy slept with her. Should I? And she's upset. It's like, yeah, that sounds like assault. You should be upset. Well, they apologized and forgave each other, so it should be a closed deal, right? Yeah, but it was assault. Because I love how Kaguya does not actually clarify what she means by slept with her.
Yeah.
So the advice she's being given is like,
which is why I don't think we should judge her that harshly for the advice that she gives. She's working with incomplete information.
Fair. But to be fair, what she's saying, like, no, it's pretty. The problem is, I mean, there's some resentment about like, hey, wait, no. So he said he didn't do anything, and turns out he didn't actually do anything, so he's completely innocent. But I'm still mad at him, and that's fine. And then she's like, no, yeah, you should still be mad at him. That's completely valid. What?
No.
Meanwhile, Ishigami's just like, yeah, you apologized and you both accepted the apology, so done deal. That's it, right? Yeah, but things are weird now. Well, then you didn't really apologize. And I'm like, Ishigami, Incel-gami, stop making sense, okay? It's real hard to find your side, bud. But
see, because Kaguya, desperate to be validated for her situation, is not saying, okay, well, he didn't actually. She's not explaining the context of the situation. Meanwhile, Shirogane is. So Ishigami's just like, okay, so there wasn't actually any sexual assault that happened. There was extenuating circumstances, blah, blah, blah. Why is she still mad about it? And Kishiwagi's like, hold on, you're talking around the fact that like there was some really insane essay that happened. Holy shit, why are you not madder?
I do love how Ishigami totally does in like, oh, so not only did she fully consent, she actually kind of forced you into it, and you only kind of went along with it later? Yeah, that's messed up, bro. And now she's trying to turn it around on you? What the hell? And I'm like, damn it, Ishigami, stop making sense.
This is why we call him Incel-gami.
But he's making sense now. That's the problem.
That's the thing. Ishigami has like legit throughout this entire period been the most relatable, understandable, rational person.
Kaguya is the aggressor in this situation and is upset after accepting the apology. Kaguya is fully in the wrong on this. And it's solved by Shirogane apologizing.
I'm not saying that it's not awkward. Even after you apologize, it's still awkward. But the anger is not warranted at this point. That's all I'm saying.
That's teenager nonsense.
I mean, it's a combination of teenager nonsense and the two helpful ears basically coming to something close to the right solution, just from the wrong direction.
What I really like about the advice is both of the people they go to advice are fully in their corners and are hyping them up. And when they start denigrating the other party, that's when both of them start feeling, well, no, they're not that bad. Stop talking about them like that. Oh, crap. No, I actually do care for them a lot. Maybe I want to solve this rather than it just being tense and awkward.
Again, I'm not saying that Ishigami is entirely wrong and that Kaguya is right or anything.
I'm saying the opposite of that.
Yeah. That's the comedy of the situation.
Yes.
And I mean, like, I think the manga is well aware that Kaguya is more in the wrong, but like they do both end up giving good advice, because something Ishiwara says is, if you apologized, there's nothing else you should do. You shouldn't feel guilty about it. But Shirogane does still feel slightly guilty about it because he left out one little detail. Whereas the thing with Kaguya is she sort of realizes, no, this was entirely my fault. I did all of this. I need to apologize to him.
Yeah, to be fair, Shirogane kind of has a lie by omission.
Yeah.
Like, nothing happened, and by what he means like that, nothing happened in, like, you were claiming something sexual happened. Nothing like that happened. He doesn't give the full picture. Meanwhile, Kaguya, her whole thing is, I've accepted your apology, but I have a weird sexual hang-up about what happened that I'm not willing to confess. So this is a really weird thing to talk around.
Mhm.
But the reveal is that Shirogane is like, I said I didn't touch you at all, which actually just seeing what happened was objectively untrue because we were just kind of snuggled together. But we're going to ignore that part. I did lay one finger on you. One finger. And it seemed like the second he said one finger, Kaguya was like, "Oh, cool! I am immediately forgiving him." But horny, so wondering, where?
I placed it on your lips as a joke. A little playful thing, you see.
So cute. That was the least creepy answer you could have given.
And she's
because they're dumb teenagers.
And so she pokes him on the lips and is like, and now we're even.
I love
Kaguya, this is an extremely twisty situation. You have not helped.
Hey,
but you have cleared the air.
They've both actually forgiven each other now, which is
Yes.
all that needed to happen because they'd already apologized. Like, that's the thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like I said, extremely twisty situation.
I
One might even say it's kinky.
I love the
damn it.
vibe here, which is you see the two people they told about this get very angry and very defensive and are on like the warpath for this should be never settled. And this is solved by them talking, getting like, hey, I know we apologize, but we should actually like fully apologize about how we're feeling. Hey, are you cool with that now? Yeah, I feel like this has been resolved. And I'm like, yeah, cool, because an apology is very personal and outside parties aren't entitled to anything.
Yes.
I love it. I also love the bonus panel of somebody just watching this entire thing going down, going like, what the hell is going on here?
No, it's Pigtails Girl.
I love Pigtails Girl. But why is she here? She doesn't care about these two.
I don't know why she's there.
I think she's mildly jealous of Kaguya because that guy had a crush on her or something. There's a whole weird mangled mess with them.
That's
Teenagers.
this entire manga. Anyway, the final chapter that we read involves Shirogane's little sister going to meet Kaguya quite by accident. And just the two of them end up in this entirely wild situation that Shirogane's little sister isn't aware of. And of course, Chika shows up to make everything worse. Like the best character that she is.
We get another case of Kaguya's very volatile friendship with Chika.
I was about to say, she went full friendship with Chika ended. She was just like, I hate you, you stupid cow. Aren't you happy enough with your million sisters? You dumb poor. What do you think you're doing? I'm the one who deserves to be the big sister. Hey, Kaguya, want to go shopping with us? This is why I keep you around, girl. You're the best. I love you so much. Because Chika's
Kaguya-
friendship is only valuable to her for what she can get from it.
Yes, because Kaguya, desperately deprived of anything resembling a positive human connection, has always wanted a positive sibling interaction, specifically to be the big sister. So when she sees Shirogane's little sister shows up, she's like, yes, now I shall ingratiate myself to her and become the big sister. And that is how I will insinuate myself into the Shirogane family so that Miyuki and I will end up to be married. And this is perfect. And then Chika shows up and Kaya's like, oh, hey, One-san Chico, how's it going?
I hate you so much. I wish you were dead.
We also glossed over how enamored Kaguya was with Shiragane's sister before she realized who she was, which I find amusing.
Also, Ishigami actually was a cool guy in this chapter, which I feel like he doesn't get his roses
Oh, yeah.
enough.
Oh yes, we need to point that out because Ishigami was just kind of there, and
He gets a dub and doesn't make it bad or weird.
Kai, I believe her name is pronounced, Miyuki's little sister. She's the treasurer of the junior high school student council, and so she had come seeking some advice on the like budget proposal that she had. But her big brother wasn't there, so she was talking to Kaguya about it, and then Ishigami just kind of looms up like, treasurer business, you say? Actually, yeah, if you do this, and this, it'll look way better. Oh, cool. How about if I do this? Oh yeah, that'll work too.
I love how Kaguya tries to like make herself feel better by going like, "Oh yeah, Ishigami is better at this than me." Well, it's fine. Some women are intimidated by women who are too competent, so it's good that I seem less competent in her eyes. And I'm like, Kaguya.
That's opium.
Oh no. It's fine. We can just be. It's fine. We can be equals. That's okay. She can still call me One-san, and we can like go out and do girl stuff together. And that's when Chica just barges in.
They have a special greeting.
Hey, Chica! Hello.
Also, it's just dumb world building, but I love why Shirogane is missing here because he is at the head of the club's meeting where all the head of the clubs meet with the class president and they discuss the budget proposals and everything. And apparently, in a previous year, one of the class presidents said something that caused offense to one of the head of the clubs, and his father was relocated. His father was relocated to Indonesia to work on a farm. So he was banished from Japan.
Well, not officially. He was just that's banishment. What are you talking about?
We asked him to leave.
Kaguya, that's banishment.
We asked him very nicely to leave.
I'm sure Miyuki will be fine. If anything happens, I'll protect him.
Yeah, because they point out that the class president is an elected position. The club presidents all have very powerful families.
One of them is actually just the child of a Yakuza.
One of them is just a prince of a foreign country.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, the chapter ends with Kai going home after agreeing to go on a shopping date. It's not very clear on the chapter. They're going shopping another day.
Yes. Chica, and Kaguya are all going out together. And so she's home and she's talking with Miyuki about it. And she's like, so I saw Chica and Vice President Kaguya. When I was around her, I got real nervous. I didn't know what to say. What are you talking about? Shut up! And she storms away.
I love narrator box just chiming in. It appears like the siblings have a similar affliction.
Yeah, they have the same taste. I am all about this drama. I love this. This is my trash.
Yeah, that's why Jacob's on Cis Confidential. Because,
God damn it.
Okay, no los dos.
What is this, an R.A. Salvatore novel, sibling sharing? So, favorite character and favorite battle. As I have stated numerous times, God, I love Chica. She's so good. Chica is the grenade in the fucking trenches. She is the chaos agent, the X Factor that just shows up and ruins everything. And that is best exemplified in the chapter of Hayasaka desperately trying to keep people away from the snuggling in the student council room. Where it's like, Chica, why did you take that sky burial photo? Do you realize the implication of the birds that are around you? Why did you attach it to the underside of your skirt? What is happening here?
None of your choices make sense.
They made sense at the time.
Don't you know Pokemon Go is against school rules? And then they run into the principal playing Pokemon Go?
I heard there's a Pikachu in there.
And this is also low-key the explanation for why Chica just randomly shows up. Because Hayasaka says, well, if we want to find your lost object, surely we must backtrace all your steps from the start of your day. Yes, this is how I'll get rid of her from the student council room. Okay, here's a map of the route I took.
What do you mean?
This is just meandering over the entire school ground.
Yes, exactly.
This is squiggles on a schematic. What are you doing?
I believe it's accurate. That's the worst part.
No, you see, this was just for today. I don't
Yeah.
believe you.
She gets her steps in. What can I say?
Oh, she needs to go where the chaos is the lowest so she can fix that.
Indeed.
Yes.
She is a storm front of a character, and I love her. Matt, how about you? Favorite character, favorite battle?
Oh, I gotta go with Hayasaka. I can't ever say anyone other than Hayasaka. And favorite battle has got to be sick Kaguya sleeping and the soundproof bedroom, and I'm gonna be gone for 3 hours, so don't do anything naughty, but I'd have no way of knowing, it'd just be on your honor.
Yes.
Menace to society, Hayasaka.
Because it's got my favorite characterization of Hayasaka in that she genuinely wants Kaguya to be happy, but she also wants this dumb rom-com bullshit over with so she can go back to having a life.
Yeah.
Lady Kaguya, kiss the boy.
Kiss
She
the
is
boy.
She is the audience insert of just bone already. You'll both feel better, just do it.
Jay, how about you?
Oh God, I don't know how to follow that, but you already know I have to vouch for my man Ishigami, the voice of reason in all of this chaos.
Most
honestly,
of the time.
Yes, I
Some of the
honestly
time.
cannot say that he has ever been wrong ever, because going off of his individual experience, he is 100% Kaguya wants to kill him. She has not proven to the contrary.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have to say, I have to admonish Kaguya because she's acting crazy. And bitches sometimes do be crazy. You apologize. What the fuck is this bitch's problem? So, I guess favorite battle would have to be, good question. I guess favorite battle would have to be, I had something planned for this moment. It involved Chica, of course, because all of the great battles involve Chica.
Volleyball or singing?
No wieners.
No wieners.
Wieners.
The wieners battle is pretty great because Shirogane is barely in it.
Chica realizing the power that she has, and so just walking around going, wieners, 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 wieners.
You know that thing.
This is why Chica should not be entrusted with power, and also why Chica should be entrusted with all of the power.
She's
Yes.
so irresponsible with it.
She'd make a great diplomat, honestly.
And Jacob.
Oh God, I have to pick between Hayasaka and Mama Chica. I have to pick between Menace to Society, Hayasaka, and Mama Chica, and I don't know who to pick. I love them both.
Both of them are menaces to society.
That is also true. Oh man, my favorite joke was the Mama Chica bit. So I think I'm going to ever so slightly lean towards Chica, but man, it's painful to have to pick between the two of them. Oh, and then favorite battle is gotta be volleyball. I think that the Mama Chica punchline is better with the singing, but the entire bit of volleyball is a level of not even Chica-induced chaos. In fact, she was the order in that chapter somehow, and that was just that slew me.
I raised that boy.
I raised that boy. She's so proud.
She's so proud, and it's great.
Oh.
And to wrap up, would you continue reading? God, this was so refreshing after 2 weeks of trash. In a heartbeat, I would continue reading. In fact, I'm gonna go watch the anime now. Good night, everybody.
Yes.
How about you, Matt?
I've already watched up until the final episode. I just need to watch that final episode at some point.
Do it.
Maybe.
You could literally do it tonight.
I could also play video games.
Oh my
That is
God.
an option.
Ishigami in real life, guys.
Always right. You're right.
Okay, I didn't actually leave. Jacob, how about you?
Might actually be a bit of a surprise. Maybe, but not a very strong maybe. So the thing for me is the entire point of the series is that the relationship is never going to move forward, and that I tend to get bored with that sort of thing. The jokes are always great and varied, but the punchline is always the same. I think a big problem with my experience with Kaguya-sama is the fact that we're reading it for the podcast, which means I'm reading it over the course of the week, which basically means I'm reading it over the course of 2 days, and this is something that you should be, like, trickling in.
You should
Um
really be reading the one chapter a week.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that it was originally released as. So I think part of my Kaguya-sama burnout is from that. But oh boy, I definitely do another podcast episode. And if I could space out the reading more, then I'd definitely be a bit more consistent with it.
All I can say is we're definitely using episodes of the dub of Kaguya-sama as a palate cleanser for No Read November.
Mhm. God, dub narrator Kun, my love, my one true love. NJ.
Maybe again because I've already been caught up with the anime, so maybe.
That is fair. All right, and thank you everyone once again for tuning into the Over Manga Cast. As always,
I wouldn't name any of them at this point because it dates the episode because they change every week.
follow us on social media at Over Manga Cast.
You know what doesn't change every week? We are always on YouTube. Our episodes are on a 2-week delay there. But like, comment, and subscribe. Good way to catch up on our backlog. We also have overmangacast.com, where our episodes are up to date, and you can also comment on individual episodes there.
What a dumb time we're alive, where our stupid podcast is more consistent than the platforms we posted on. And as always, if you want us to read more, like our dear listeners who wrote in and messaged us to read more Kaguya-sama, we did. Here, you happy? Of course you are. You love us. But if you ever want us to read more things, like more Kaguya-sama, more Oshi no Ko, some more weird stuff, go ahead. We love suggestions in any all form. If you want to give us chapters, I love not having to do that. Or you can go to overmongcast.com where there's a nice little comment section in the bottom that sends it straight to us.
And make sure to tune in next week where we are going to be diving into something brand new. We are going to be reading March Comes In Like a Lion, chapters 1 through 13.
I have no idea what that is.
Me neither, but I enunciated very specifically.
We definitely don't have an in-joke about what that title is.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You dumb idiot. You thought if you waited until the bit at the end, I'd tell you what our in-joke is. I'm never going to do that. You wasted your time. Good night.